Hey, welcome to the Weekend Bite presented by Wall Street Breakfast. I'm Daniel Snyder, and our first guest joining us today is Mike Fay, founder of Blockchain Reaction, a new Seeking Alpha marketplace service that you can find on Seeking Alpha. Just go to the search bar and type in Blockchain Reaction. Welcome to the show, Mike. We have a ton to get into, right? So let's dive in. You have a service called Blockchain Reaction, as I mentioned, and would you say if the asset doesn't address a problem, it's not going to be one of my top token ideas? But give us a brief rundown. What is the service? What are you talking about top token ideas? What is the asset? Address the problem? Give us a quick little sneak peek.
Yeah, thanks for having me. First off, Blockchain Reaction really is about trying to find blockchain-based tokens, currencies, assets, whatever you want to call them, that are going to change the way that businesses work or that certain investment ideas work. I think that we've seen a lot of different kind of protocols come online, a lot of currencies have come on, and most of these things are terrible because they have bad tokenomics, they don't have supply limits, or just a variety of other things that give them bad utility or no utility at all. And so things like, I don't want to name specific ones, but you can use your imagination. If there's a dog picture, you're not going to find it in my service. I basically want to touch on the things that are going to help create efficiencies, help lower costs for businesses that are using these types of technologies to either create incremental revenue streams or to change their business structures entirely. So that's kind of a broad explanation of what you'll find there. And the other thing too is, I spend a lot of time looking for things that are not necessarily well known yet. It's very easy to have a service that says, hey, look at one of these top 10 coins or tokens. I really don't want to do that. I don't think that's very helpful. I really want to go under the hood of a lot of these lesser known projects and help people find things that are going to survive crypto winter, if you believe that that's what we're in. These things, we've had these cycles in Bitcoin and in digital, blockchain space. And I think we're in another one of these bearish cycles now. I don't know when it's going to end, but I do know that when it's over, that there will be things that are going to get kind of thrown out with the bathwater. And those are the things that we should be looking to buy now and in the next, in a few months and the year ahead.
Mike, let me challenge you though. So sure. I was reading a recent article you put out, and you mentioned that there's close to 20,000 crypto assets. Now, if you want to call them assets, that's on you. I know we have a lot of investors in our audience that talk about assets being actual businesses that own property, that create goods. And you're here telling us that these are crypto assets, as well as 20,000 of them. I mean, there's 3,500 stocks on the stock exchange. I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of this that doesn't make it through this period that you're talking about. So how are we actually picking these top token or coin ideas?
Right. So that's a good question. What I want to find is what are the chains or the tokens that are going to help either businesses or users have some sort of a value mechanism from the usage of that token. So, Ethereum is a very obvious one that I think people who are into the blockchain space recognize as this is something that provides the utility because it allows for the transaction of certain goods and services on the chain. So that's basically what I'm trying to find. And when I say that that it has to have utility, one of the recent articles that I posted in the service kind of takes a look at certain NFT opportunities, but not saying this is, you need to buy these NFTs, because a lot of people aren't going to have interest in NFTs. And if you want to get into what an NFT is, we can, debate that as well. But the comparison or the analog that I draw for that is like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon tokens. It's kind of like this game asset that in the real world, there is a serious analog for a game having an asset that's used in a game that then has become kind of like a financial, escape from gamers who don't want to use those assets anymore because maybe they're tired of the game or they're tired of the community or whatever. There's a real physical analog for some of these things that I don't think certain people want to give, crypto assets credit for. And those types of opportunities, I think, are worth exploring. Does that kind of answer the question?
Yeah, you're talking about utilities though, and I did want to bring up, we just got news this week that BNP Paribas is going to use JP Morgan's blockchain network for fixed income trading. That was from the Financial Times. And you're saying that you're now convinced that blockchain technology will change the way business and industries operate, which this JP Morgan blockchain is a perfect example of that. But how, as an investor, are you going to help us kind of invest in these technologies? How do you know where they are? How do you know they're going to make yield, or is it capital appreciation? What's the logic here?
To listen to the full episode, head to seekingalpha.com and search for The Weekend Bite.